Hello, I'd like to introduce the custom AI. So if users have their own model to optimize, custom AI of XGene can be the way to go. But before using this option, users are recommended to first consider common AI, since custom AI involves more efforts on the user's end. To use custom AI, the user must already have a workable training script of their own AI model. The script must be written in PyTorch. And next I will show a simple example to introduce how to use custom AI. So first I already prepared a training script of our own model. So so you can see that in this training script we first define a model. This model is very simple with a few convolution layers and fully connected layers. And we define the train and the test function. And in the main function, we first pass the arguments, and then we define the data loader, and then we load the model, and then in each epoch we train the model and test the model. So it's very simple, and it's very common in the AI training, AI model training. So this is a simple training script, and we need to check whether the model can be used in XGene. So we first need to convert the model, convert the PyTorch model to the ONNX model, and we test the ONNX model in XGene to see whether the ONNX model can run under XGene. So I prepared a conversion file, and in this conversion file, we first define the same model, and then we define the random input, and then we convert the model into the from PyTorch model into the ONNX model using the ONNX function in PyTorch. And next we can run this file to convert the ONNX model, convert the PyTorch model to the ONNX model. So we can see that we have a new model named ms.onnx. So this is a new generated ONNX model, and then we can run this. We can run this model to see if we can use this model in XGene. So we can use this command to check whether the ONNX model can run under XGene. And after a few seconds, this command will check the model, and it will tell us the results. So we can see that it passed the check, meaning that we can use the model under XGene. And this is the first step. For the next step, we need to make sure that we can run the training script in this XGene Docker container. So if the training script requires some specific packages or dependencies, you can install the dependencies in this Docker, so that we can run the training script in this Docker. So since my training script is very simple, it can already run in this Docker. So we can simply, for example, we can simply have a test that you can see that it can already run in this Docker. And next we need to modify the training script, so so that the XGene can use the use the updated training script to finish the optimization. And I will introduce how to modify this training script. So first of all, we need to rename the training script to this. So we need to rename the training script to train script main.py. So we need to rename the main script to this name. So and in this file, first of all, we need to import the XGene modulars into the training script. So we need to add these two lines. So you can see that we need to add these two lines to import the XGene modulars. And besides, we can also we also need to add this line, so to define this map function. And in this map function, for example, in this script, I use epochs to deload the whole training epochs. So I put epochs here. And if in your script this variable, the overall training epochs, this variable, you use another name for this variable, you can put the name here. And next we define the model, which is the same as the original script. And next in the main function, first we need to rename the main function to training main. So we need to rename the main function to training main. And next, for the arguments, after we pass the arguments, we need to add this line. So add this line of code will pass the arguments of XGene. And next, after we know the model, we need to add for example, this model is node here, and we need to add this line after we know the model. So this line will tell XGene to know the model and the arguments. So since here I define the name of the model is just model here, so I put model here. And if you use another name for the model, for example, AI model, if your model is named AI model, you need to put AI model here. And also before training, we need to add this line here. In this line, we will tell XGene to what is the model, what is the optimizer, and what is the data loader, and so on. So we need to initialize XGene. And the next, in each epoch, so we have a epoch counter here. So in each epoch, we need to add this line. So this line of code will record which epoch is. And next, in the training, after training with this in this one epoch, we need to evaluate the test accuracy on the test loader. And we need to add this line of code to record the test accuracy of this epoch. And if we have a learning rate scheduler, and we can add this line here to record the learning rate schedule. And if you do not have a schedule, you can omit this line. You do not need to add this line. And another thing is that during the training, we compute a loss function. So we also need to update the loss function with XGEM. So after the loss, we need to add this line here to update the loss with XGEM. And other things are the same. So after training, we can obtain the test accuracy of the final model, and we need to record the final model and the final test accuracy. So for the final model, the epoch number can be set to -1. And since we changed the name of the main function, so here the main function is training main. So that's all. So you can see that we do not need to add too many. We do not need to modify the code significantly. We just add a few lines, insert a few lines to modify this script. And next, with this script, we can use XGEM. So next in XGEM, after we choose our device, we for the model we need to choose your own model. So it means that we will use our own model in XGEM, and it will ask us to train our own model and train with our own training script. So we already do this, and next we need to provide an XGEM config file. So this is already introduced in Common AI. How to configure this, how to obtain this config file. So you can refer to the Common AI part, and here I use an existing config file. And next it asks for the training script. So we need to provide the folder of the training script. And next we have a few options. And for the compatibility test, it's just a simple it's just the same as the compatibility test I just show previously. So and for the pruning and scanning, it will for example, for the pruning, it will ask for the latency, and we can set up a target latency. And for the quantity score, so it will ask for the what is the requirement for the latency. So and there are some other configurations about the pre-trained model and the workplace, and you can use the default. And next it will start pruning, so according to the config file provided. So yes, I just stopped the training, and for the scanning part, it's almost the same. Well, so we need to so for the scanning part, it's almost the same. We also need to provide the target latency and the requirement on the accuracy. So here we want the accuracy to be higher than 99%. Also, it will run based on the config file. So yeah, so that is all. So thank you so much.